Blessings, beautiful being. So in this video, I want to talk about ascension symptoms, something that you are already experiencing on your own journey, and something that you will keep experiencing as you go about evolving your level of consciousness in this lifetime. So here's the thing, when I started my journey in the first, especially few years, I experienced most of the most common ascension symptoms that these new age teachers on YouTube talk about, such as feeling fatigue, which I still feel, feeling tired, feeling, floaty, feeling pressure in the third eye, having vivid dreams, all these things, feeling energy in the body, which is the Kundalini energy, our life force flowing through us. But then, slowly, I started to experience some different symptoms that the mainstream New Age movement and spiritual communities weren't discussing. So I want to go into those in this video, share some more advanced stuff, some behind the scenes stuff. And also I'm going to talk about it right now, why we experience these things. Why do we experience ascension symptoms? So here's the thing. We are primarily spiritual beings. And what we're doing in this life is we are bringing in the spiritual gifts and power and the spiritual light, our light body, into this physical vessel. And since our physical vessel is very dense, it needs to transform in order to host the varieties of these new skills, light, gifts, knowledge, insights, and so on. So the body needs to transform from a carbon-based body to a crystalline and light-based body. So going from a very dense body to a much more lighter body. That's what's happening. And obviously, whenever you go through a metamorphosis, there's pressure. Just like, when a diamond is being formed, there's pressure. So that is what's causing a lot of these complications in the body. The body is changing, the DNA is changing, it's upgrading, and you have to go through this weird phase, this limbo phase, and it's going to keep happening, right? But we just learn to navigate them and learn to observe these symptoms that are really happening for us, even though sometimes it feels like it's happening to us, right? So another reason that I learned just today, as I was trying to figure out why the fuck am I feeling this current symptom that I want to talk about right now. And there's this lady, I think her name was her last name was Satori, Judy Satori, I think. She was talking about how our previous lives' traumas affect this life trauma. So she was saying how, let's say we experience a trauma. Let's say, we saw something in our physical life, in a past life, or we did something to ourselves. In my case, for example, I know for a fact I've committed suicide 7 times in my past lives. In total. And there's this one life that my friend told me about, my friend Onni. He got a download saying, because I've been wondering, how did I commit suicide? He said that in one of my lives, and I got a download from this as well, later on, I actually was able to visit that spot, visit that memory. He said that I actually shot myself in between the eyes. So this destroyed my vision. And this trauma of me destroying my vision is now being carried out to this lifetime. So that is why I'm experiencing difficulties with my eyes. So what I'm experiencing with my eyes, for example, is first I was pepper sprayed, which I still don't know if I was pepper sprayed. I still don't know, because my guides tell me it happened spiritually. So I don't know. But let's just say, that happened. That's not why my eye is blurry. I thought that was the reason, but that's not why. I learned that whenever you have problems with the eyes, for example, it means you are releasing your karmic emotional debt. It is a karmic release. And the eyes are eyes of the soul, eyes of the creation. So what better place to release them than through the eyes, or even any place in the physical body. Whatever pain you feel in your physical body, if you feel pain, know that it is purification. Obviously, go to a doctor like I've done. But if the doctor says your eyes are fine or your physical body is fine, for example, my doctor just told me, yeah, well, your eyes are dry. Then you can be very sure, and if you listen to your guides as well, you can be very sure that it's a spiritual symptom. So what I also did is I then washed my eyes with this saline or this natrium chloride solution, which is apparently not best for your eyes. And then my eyes dried, and it went like 1 or 2 days, and my eyes have become super dry. But it's not just the dryness now, because my eyes apparently are not that dry. They're just mildly dry. But what I feel, and this is what I'm having a hard time, because I feel absolute burning sensation in the eyes. And when I did ayahuasca, I was told that this is karma being released. This is purification. And this is me tapping into humanity's pain collectively, and me purifying that, me purging that through my eyes. So Klaus, don't worry. It's 99% spiritual, 1% it is this salt solution that I put into my eyes. And all the people tell me, yeah, Klaus, you shouldn't cause damage to your eyes, all these things. So I must believe them. I must believe my soul family as well, and also trust my intuition. But the mind is having a hard time, because my mind doesn't understand, how can my eyes get fucked up, spiritually speaking? But that's just what it is, okay? So then other things I've experienced are, I've experienced this rash in my root chakra area. And for months, I tried finding, a solution to it. I tried all kind of medicine and all these things. And you can realize if the medicine doesn't really help that much, then it's probably not the thing that you think. So I tried all these things. I went to a doctor multiple times, and they told me it's this or it's that. Didn't help. And I thought I would have it for the rest of my life, and I was prepared for that. And finally, I think I was able to let go of it. And then 7 months went by, and I went to Brazil, and it was gone, like it never existed. Then in Brazil, I started having this weird pain in my solar plexus chakra, where I have a scar from an operation I did when I was younger. I removed like a mole. So this scar hasn't, really bothered me. It hasn't really been a physical, defect for me. Other than that, I can't really lay on my stomach because it hurts. But even in the past, I could do that. But then for some reason, now I can't really do that anymore. And I'm experiencing sometimes pain in the stomach area, but it's not in the scar. It's actually below the scar, and it's inside the physical body. So I talked with this guy called Iba, who's an indigenous person from the Amazon in Brazil, close to Peru. And I asked him about this, and he said that it is when you feel emotions, you feel pressure in your stomach. That's it. Again, it's a release, it's a process. So know this, that whatever you're experiencing, and if you have closed out, and if you have made sure that it's not a physical symptom, or it could be physical as well, it could actually manifest physically, like my itch, like my rash, like my scar pain, like the eyes could look dry, they could look dry and they could hurt. But even what I read on this one forum about the eyes, and this is a key for the Ascension as well, is that it is purification. So when you're going through very fast purging, and when you're raising your level of consciousness very fast, the body cannot handle it. So it's too much for the body. It needs to purge out the excess energy, the Kundalini energy. That's key. So it will act out weird. And what this lady was also saying, that sometimes your body has to break down to break through. It has to collapse. So even with the eyes, or with anything you have, know that it is probably just you going very fast on your journey. And what you could do is you could try what is known as self-pacing. You could try to ground yourself, and that could work. But sometimes it doesn't work. You have to go through the karmic purge. There's no way to skip your karma, right? And other things I've also experienced includes things such as feeling nauseous, which is a purging symptom, especially when you do a lot of ayahuasca. Dizziness, which is again related to ayahuasca and all these, medicines such as hape and so on. Pressure in the third eye, which is a very common symptom. And now, like I said, the burning in the eye. And what I didn't mention, or I did actually mention that again, the body wants to see something, I think I mentioned this, that the body wants to use and wants to rationalize by using a physical thing that happened in the physical world as an excuse for the symptom. So like my friend Oni just told me that his hearing has gone a bit, and he was in the laundry room, he was making laundry, and the machine was being very loud, like too loud, and he thought that his hearing went down because of that experience. Just like with me, I thought when I got pepper sprayed, my blurry vision happened. And just like my eyes are burning now, I think, again, this is what I'm having a hard time believing still. My mind is telling me, Klaus, this is an illusion. You're tripping. And my soul is telling me, Klaus, this is a spiritual symptom. This is karmic release. So the body and we manifest this physically as well, so our mind can make sense of it. There's always this very common vibration to these symptoms, and there's this common confusion around them. It's not clear. It doesn't make any sense, right? So know that these things will happen for you, and it is not a curse. It's not just punishment. There's nobody to punish you. The universe doesn't punish you. It is simply karma being played out. It is simply you purging. It is simply you upgrading yourself. So it's something to celebrate. And it's when you have these things, simply observe them. Don't try to run away from them. Don't try to even, in my opinion, you can distract yourself if that helps. But for me, these symptoms have been so intense that distraction doesn't help. What helps is observation. And just looking at these things and staring them into the eye and staying in the eye of the storm and allowing the storm to pass, because these things will pass. The nature of this universe is that everything is temporary. Everything will pass. So trust that, and trust that everything will work out, because our body is able to heal anything. Anything. Like my dry eyes, even if my eyes are actually dry, I know for a fact my body can heal my dry eyes. I know it. So if I'm meant to have moisturized eyes and good eyes, then I'm meant to. But if I'm not, then I just accept that as part of my karma. And when you do that, you don't have expectations, typically the universe will reward you. And again, this is not easy. It's not easy to do, but it's something we must do in order to get to the next level. So that's all I want to say. I hope that this video helped you. If it did, make sure to like button. Comment below, what ascension symptoms have you been experiencing on your journey? Maybe I can help. If you're new or if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe down below. Click on the bell. As always, I love you. I'll see you next one. Bye.